Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between our visitors and our home team. Here's the former Saint and Viking Morton Anderson to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between our visitors and our home team. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway here on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one goes for 30 yards. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that's incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Flush to his right. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, It may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The first carry for the Hall of Famer, it's Earl Campbell. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. To throw, Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And touchdown. A big play there. 63 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. So now after the touchdown, the Longhorns get ready to kick it off. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It's Derek Johnson, the first-round pick back in 05 with a sack. Throwing on second and long. Burrow. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Brad Wing now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Give him 30 yards there.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll give to the big man, Campbell. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. It's Young off play action. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
So now get ready to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action with Burrow. Dancing to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 12. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. On second down, it's Campbell. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Trying to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down. On play action, Young. He's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On first down, Campbell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try and fight for it here with Campbell. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now Burrow on first down. Catch made. It's Moreau. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. From the 24, Burrow escaping the pressure right.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Here's a diving catch right side. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And this time he is in. Yes. Punching it in from a yard away. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And they just get the play off. Now Young. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They go play action. Young. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Off the play fake, Young. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running play, it's Earl Campbell. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the handoff, here's Campbell. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, it's Campbell. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. For the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. They'll run on first down. Ross. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he goes out right around the 39. Well, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Well, this defense for the Pats, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd down, it's Ross. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 30. 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. John Ross, 54 yards. And the Dolphins will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Sheds himself free. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. This defense for the Patriots, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Flushed out right. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
He finds his man complete. That's Townsend. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on second down. Jones. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jalen Phillips drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be fourth and long. Has the carry. It does not. It's no good. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Pollard, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Play action. It's Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Christian Barmore with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. These two teams all tied after 1. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this returnable for Hill. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On first down, House. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Taking it about the 16. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Pats at the line, ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Townsend. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now Jones on third down. Completes it to Aguilar. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to pass. Tua. And he finds a man on the crossing route. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. On the right side open is Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll look to throw again. Brown has the first down and much more. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
From the 29, Jones. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
They'll run on 1st down. House. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Five yards remain on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. House. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. On 1st down, House. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Throwing Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This is caught. It's Brown. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2.
I'm going rhetorical on you here. Could that pass have been delivered any better to the receiver downfield?
Not at all. And when he catches that, he didn't even have to break stride. Full speed. That's why he got all that yardage after the catch.
Timing, timing, timing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tony Pollard taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. as well good with the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Townsend. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Final minute now of the third quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. House finds a seam inside the 40. Room here to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 145 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will be out of bounds as the third quarter comes to an end with an INT. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Escaping the pressure right. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the option, here's Gaskin. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Myles Gaskin, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Webb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Here's Jones. He's going to fire one, deep left sideline. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They give him a gain of 38. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now Jones. And it's caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now a second down and 6. Tagovailoa. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now Tua. Flush to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Tua to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll run on first down. House, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4.
And he's going to score! It's a touchdown! No flags, and in an overtime thriller, they are moving on to the playoffs.
No rest, they get to keep playing.
Well, you never know what you're going to expect when you come to the stadium to call a game. Sometimes you get good ones. Sometimes you get bad ones. Sometimes you get great ones. And that's what we had here. What an exciting finish on that last big play.
And I think that as we look at it, when you're talking about a great finish, which went along with a game that obviously was dramatic because we did get into overtime, what type of play calls do you have left? What have you not shown? Or what have you made an adjustment to what you've worked on all the way through? It's going to give you the play we saw to win the game. Because I know everyone's thinking that was something that they just drew up.
Okay, it's the Titans now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. All right, on the clock now, the Saints. Now the Dolphins are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? All right, the Jaguars are now on the clock. All right, next up, the Patriots are on the clock. All right, it's the Panthers now on the clock. The Bills on the clock now. What direction will they go? The Saints are on the clock now. What direction will they go? Okay, it's the Patriots on the clock now. The Jaguars are now on the clock. Okay, here we go. The Bengals now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. Now we turn to the Panthers. They're on the clock. All right, on the clock now, the Bills. Okay, it's the Saints now on the clock. Okay, next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock. The Jaguars are up now. Let's see what direction they go in. The Patriots on the clock right now. Let's see who they have their eye on. Okay, the Panthers on the clock now. Okay, it's the Bills now on the clock. It's the Saints now on the clock. All right, the Dolphins are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Jaguars. On the clock now, it's the Patriots. The Panthers now on the clock. It's the Bills now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Dolphins now on the clock. Okay, the Jaguars are now on the clock. All right, next up, the Patriots are on the clock. And the Panthers on the clock now. Let's see what direction they go. The Bills are now on the clock. All right, on the clock now, the Saints. On the clock now, it's the Dolphins, and time is ticking. All right, the Jaguars are now on the clock. Okay, it's the Patriots on the clock now. All right, it's the Panthers now on the clock. The Bills on the clock now. What direction will they go? The Saints are on the clock now. What direction will they go? Now the Dolphins are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock.